Course book is chapter number 9, The Man Who Knew Infinity, Srinivasan Ramanujan. One of the greatest mathematical geniuses the world has seen and India produced was an unknown clerk, Srinivasan Ramanujan. Adumba afauba akoigi India dagi haukiba India macha akoigi matamamada akoigi kerani hisab suba adumba miyamna masak thoidona khangnaramdaba ama afauba prithvi sindhungna maming chatkiba anka gi lamda adumba oikiba misak Srinivasan Ramanujan gi wari akoi course book chapter number 9 da tammi paminasi. One of the most remarkable and interesting events in the history of mathematics occurred in 1913. The well-known English mathematician during the period J.H. Hardy received a strange letter from an unknown clerk in Madras, India. Hardy used to get such letters from cranks and he didn't pay any serious attention in the beginning. The letter consisted of 10 pages having about 120 statements of mathematical theorems on infinite series, fractions and numbers. Adumba ngasagi angka gi puwari da yamna thoido hendongna singthaninga oiba amadi yamna nungai ba thodo amakak 1913 da thoki madudi ngasagi karino haiba matamda India gumba mafam amadagi akogi masak maming khangdaba icham chamba hisab suba kerani clerk amakaki mafamdagi chithi amakak matam adugi akogi England gi afauba mathematician J.H. Hardy haribasi mafamda chithi amakak phangki England da akogi leiba afauba mathematician aduna sai mangonda tharakpa chithi singjidi atopa mi kaya dagi sai akogi niyom chumdaba kaya amasu phangmani ma ahanbadadi ma thoi warude aduga maana phangliba chithi India dagi tharakpa chithi adugi manungda yawramlibase page tara panba chithini maduda ngasagi angka gi oiba theorems angka gi oiba niyom kaya ama chama kun yawrame. The formulas attracted Hardy and he took a second look. Maangna ngasagi hairiba chithi manungdu yawramliba angka gi niyom singdu yengba matamda madugi formula yengba matamda mana nungaiba khara yawbadagi mana amuka hanna chithidu parame. After a few hours of studying the theorems and formulas, Hardy became fascinated and after consultation with his colleague E Littlewood concluded that the results must be true because if they were not true, no one would have the imagination to invent them. Maka loinana angka gilamda chanminaba maki mapang akogi E Littlewood tasumana angka dugi yamna phajaba mong matau sing adu formula sing adu thengnabadagi magi oina magti yamna khoidajabadagi magi mapang adu dasu mumana yenghalaga makoenina warep laurami madudi masigi angka singase soidana maki niyom chumbam toi masi chumdrabadi kaju atopa chumningai leite haidana mahakna warep laurami. The unknown clerk was Srinivasan Ramanujan, 1887 to 1920. Adumba sahiyam kuina punchiram draba 1887 the poga 1920 the sikiba akoigi angka gi lamda khwaidai thoido hendona masak nairaba Srinivasan Ramanujan haibadu hairiba chithi adugi mapu India dai tharkiba chithi mapu du mahakna oirame. Hardy knew the genius in Ramanujan and wrote enthusiastically back to Ramanujan, and Hardy's stamp of approval improved Ramanujan's status immediately. Earlier, Ramanujan sent letters to H.R. Becker and E.W. Hobson, but these two professors returned Ramanujan's papers without comment. But Hardy knew that Ramanujan was a mathematician of the highest quality. Ramanujan da yauriba dumba thoiro hendokpa laipokki gunnadu Hardy na uba ngamlami madumakna mahakna ngasagi Ramanujan na sibu mahaki manakta kaurami hairiba mahakna ngasagi kaukhalakpagi amadi mahaki angkagi formulas kaya adubu ayaba pibibagi thodo aduna ngasagi Ramanujan do India gi lamdamda adugumatik maming chatpa oirami. Mamangai dasu Ramanujan chithi si atopa matam adugi afauba angkagi miyoi kayada tharaga yengjagibani honajagibani adubu hairiba mahakna thakiba afauba mamangda thakiba afauba angkagi Miyoi Aisha Becker amadi E.W. Hobson hairibasing adunadi mahaki chithi aduda kariyumba kamena amata pidana kariyumba wafam amata fongdoktana hanbirakhibani adubu Hardy gi oinadi mahakna khanglami madudi Ramanujan hairibase adukki matik thak wangba angka gi miyoi ama oigani habase mahakna khanglami Srinivasan Ramanujan was born on 22nd December 1887 in Erode, Tamil Nadu, Madras Presidency, at the residence of the maternal grandparents Adumba Mamagi Mapu Maben Singi Mapamda 1887 da Tamil Nadu gi Mapamamada Srinivasan Ramanujan December 22 da Pokhirame. His father K. Srinivasan Iyengar was in the district of Thanjavur and worked as a clerk in a retail shop. Mahaki mapasu Mahakumna clerk amoina dukan amada clerk sinpamda leirakhi. Aduga his mother Kamala Tamal was a housewife and she used to sing at a local temple. Aduga mama di ngasai yumda adum leiba amadi laisangda karida isai sakpa oina lakhi. They lived in a traditional home in the town of Kumbakonam koba sohor dugi mapam amada yamna thainagi mong da sajaba yum amada makoi lelakhi. This home has now been converted into a museum. Hujikti mahakna leramba yum adu museum ontokre. During the period when Ramanujan was born, Ramanujan pokpa matam aduda, there was an outbreak of the epidemic disease of smallpox. Smallpox ki laina laichat chandur ame. Ramanujan was also affected by smallpox. Ramanujan chu Laisal aduda Maksu Laithong Dupami, but recovered. Fortunately, while thousands of other children died, including his younger brother. Maki Manao Yauna Mui Lissing Shikiba Todo Aduda Mak the Laupabadagi Hinghawi. So Maramasana, his mother, took him to live at her parents' house in Kanchipuram near Madras. Now Chennai, Hujina Chennai and Kanaraba, Madras ki Mapam. Mama mapagi aseng mapam do adamumak halaga leirame. Ramanujan started his education at a local school in 1892. 1892 dagi mahimasing tamba haurame makoigi marangnak school amada. But after his maternal grandfather lost his job, Ramanujan and his mother relocated to Kumbakonam, where he was once again enrolled in a primary school. Maki mapu siki badagi amuk maksi mapam amadamu hongaga. Maxi like Tamba Horame. Again, with the death of his paternal grandfather, they left Kumbakonam for Madras, where the ancestral family of his mother were now living. Mamagi Mapamoiba Adumba, Kumbakonam Hariba Adu Tadolaga Madras, Tamu Maxi Leraki, Maki Ziki Maparum degi Mapu, Mapagi, Mapa Adu Mukshi, Bedegi Maxi Mai Mapamsi, Amuk Hong Dana Yum Hong Yamna Honglami, Yumzi Hong the Lerglami. Ramanujan didn't like the new school in Madras. Madras the Laiba school adu ma thuidona kaning ma tamning problem de, and he refused to go to school. Ma school chatpasu yaram de. Within 6 months, Thatar ki manungda, he was back in Kumbakonam. Amuk hanna Kumbakonam da uma halaglami. As Ramanujan's father was busy at work most of the day, his mother looked after him as a child. Ma ki mapadi thawakta yamna mathau chinjaboibana ayama matamdi mamaga lenmina duna punmina duna lakhirame. So he had a close relationship with his mother. Aduna yamna nangna mari mamaga dimag lairaklame. From her he learned to sing religious songs and go to temples and austerities in eating in strict adherence to Brahmin culture. Mamaga luna jabana laisang kaya da chatuna isai sakpa adumbada adumma saruk yara lakhi aduga chaba thakpadasu adumba Brahmin gi oiba niti niyom matungina ma chabadasu aduki matik yamna chekshin jarame. After passing the primary examination in 1897, Ramanujan entered Town High Secondary School, where he learned formal mathematics for the first time. Mahagna ahan mo na angka mapungfana angka maik seng na tamahog jarakibasi adumba makoigi Town High Secondary School haibasi da ming chalam matung magna primary education si magi class 1 to 3 si 1897 da loisala matung da haiba Town High Secondary School asida tamba matamda ma angka se ihan han mo na thengna rakhibani. By that time, Ramanujan was only 10 years of age. Matamaduda Ramanujan is a sumnang tarak tamak surami. However, by within a year, Adubu, Toimusung, Sahi Amagi Manungda, he exhausted all the mathematical knowledge, not only of his standard, but also of the college standard. Adumba, Magnang, Sahi Angang, Yam Sahi Noriami Kuptuda, Matamduda, Mag Masamaki standard ki, Mag Masamaki class ki, Oiba, Para, the Tokraga. atopa maki mathak ki oba class ngasai 11 12 ki yauna mak loinamak tamba loi thoklami. He completely mastered advanced trigonometry and sophisticated theorems when he was still in high school. Trigonometry amadi awang class ta tamgadaba mai angka gi saruk sing mak loinamak mana high school da leiringai da class 10 landringai da mak loinamak tamthome. When he passed out from the town high secondary school, his expertise on mathematics was known by his teachers and peers. Class 12 loira matung da di mak ki angka hebagi pausi angka hebagi wasi mipung khudimang mak ki maru mapang amadi mak ki oja sing na loinamak khanglami. In Government Arts College at Kumbakonam, Ramanujan was so intent on studying mathematics that he couldn't focus on other subjects. Ademana Arts College ta Government Arts College Kumbakonam da leba du da mana tamlakun matamda mak se angka du kabatik thawai yaushin given thawai lupshin given atopa subject kaya da dima puning changlamdre and failed in most of them. Ayamba da dima fail loina oirami. After that, he attended Poshapa College at Madras. Poshapa College. There also he did well in mathematics but fared poorly in all the other subjects. He failed the Fellow of Arts examination in December 1906. 1906 the Pangthokpa scholarship pin and fellowship pin and then he left college and pursued his independent research in mathematics. Madudagi mak makhatana college tamba toktolaga mak masagi oiba angka gi lamda thijin humjin ba horakhirame. His family was in extreme poverty during this period. Haiba tangkak asai dadi mak ki mayum imung manung do chel thonggi oiba khak kamthing na awab oirame. Ramanujan was married on 14 July 1909 to Janakyamal from Rajendram village, Karur district. Mark 1909 da sai kunni thoi surukpa matamda mak mayum palame adumba mana mayum palame pidi mamina Janakyamal kawi hairubna psina Karur district haiba adudagi adugi manung channa leba Rajendram khungang haiba sidagi oirame. Soon after marriage luhongaba hek matungda Ramanujan suffered from an abnormal swelling and after much suffering he underwent a surgery. Marksi mayum hekpan malu kan aduna marksi adukimatik yamna masada chawna pom khalak pom khak lakpadi mase operation tawdaba yadadana tawrami. In 1910 da he did not have the money for operation. High operation is tawnana mangon da paisa lejaramdi. So he was waiting for a long time till a surgeon volunteered to do the operation for free. Mar paisa khara tungin jaraga operation tawgadabani haidana paisa dudi leitabani na ma operation sungdaw tawdana sum lerakpadu da madu hena khudong thijin gi batare haidana matamadu da leba ma khoi operation tawnaba surgeon doctor amana masana puthokpiraga ma ku lemna operation tawbikirami. After that, he started looking for a job and went from door to door around the city of Madras and tutored students. In 1910, he was sick again. 1910, he feared for his health and so he handed over his mathematical notebooks of one of his trusted friends so that it might not be lost. Mana magi putsi kai do hidage tungda kai orkide bhab ojadabna maram oiduna mana anka gilamda iramba puthomba khudimak to magi marup amada mana yam chetna sinajarami. After recovering from his illness, Ramanujan met V. Ramaswamy Iyer, who founded the India Mathematical Society. While waiting for a job at the Revenue Department, where Ramaswamy Iyer worked as deputy collector, adumba saimaki matamaduda Laikiba Masangnaba Ramaswamy Iyer Hariba Ankagi Oba Tawayakayagi Society Lingdana Leba Mi Doman Unarami. When Ramanujan showed his notebooks to Ramaswamy after getting them back from his friend, Mahana Sagima Yakana Narkumatam 1910 Yakana Narkumatam the Mana Mahaki Chechang Ankagi Oba Chechang Maru sing the Maki Maru the Sinarambadu Madugi Paramatung the Mana Muchechang the Marumpang Lokshilaga Adumba Ramaswamy Iyer Hariba Matamadugi Sagi Ankagi Oiba Society Linkalaga Leba Aduda Mana Shinaramiam. Ramaswamy was so impressed that he said, I was struck by the extraordinary mathematical results contained in it, the notebooks. I adukumatik pele masida yawriba ankagi oiba niyom mayamse formula mayamse masi ubudai adukumatik peli haidana maonda thagatpa phongdolame. I had no mind to smother his genius by an appointment in the lowest range of the revenue department. Ramaswamy na phongdoklami madudi nangumba angkagi lamda asuk chingthaningai oirba yamna mai pakadoriba amana sumba icham chamba thabak sinpham asida leithonba base aidi thoina pamde na ngasagi Ramaswamy na phongdorab. Ramaswamy Iyer sent Ramanujan with letters of introduction to his mathematician friends. Magi angkagi marumapang kayada Ramaswamy na hairiba ngasagi Ramanujan gi angkagi formulas kaya yaubasi mana he recommend torga mamanabasingi mafamda thajarami. In 1912, Ramanujan got a job as a class 3 grade 4 accounting clerk in the office of the Madras Port Trust. 1912 ta mahak thau phangjarami Madras Port Trust ta sagi hisab suba clerk amoina. In 1913, when some of the mathematicians who knew Ramanujan presented his work to English mathematicians, it was viewed with hesitation as he lacked the educational qualification. Mahaki ngasagi angkagi man puthokchari formulas kaya yauba chithi adu lairi adu mana mahaki marumapang khana sanabda sum pibada marumapang kharana Britisher singa English macha singa loinaba yaurambadagi English ki angkagi miyo singda mahaki marumapang singa aduna sinajaramem. Adubu makoina ngasagi hairiba mahaki angkagi formula niyom kaya si makoina thoidona khoidabadi oiramde maramde mang masamak qualification yam wang ma mi ma oiramdabana. One mathematician M.J.M. Hill of University of London commented that Ramanujan's papers were riddled with holes. Adumba ngasagi matamadugi angkagi maming chatpa masang naiba sing aduda chithi adumana magi mamanam sing aduna thabi kibadu aduda University of London ki M.J.M. Hill koba angkagi miyo mana phongdoklami madudi Ramanujan ki che chang do adugi matik aho arak yam leiba adumba mapung phadaba formula theorem ni hana phongdoklami. Again, two professors from England, H.S. Becker, E.W. Hobson, returned Ramanujan's papers without comment. Aduga makha tarakpada ngasagi mana ato pachum mana thajabadugi tar makha tarakpada ngasagi England gi adumba professors ani duna sumai chithi do karigumba makong da pabidana adum handorokibani. But to Hardy, the letters were the most remarkable he had ever received. Adubu Hardy na adumba English ke fawa mathematician Hardy the phangma matamdadi chithi do thoidona ngasagi chamchamba amadi oiramdre habisi mana khanglami. On February 1913, Hardy wrote a letter to Ramanujan, and before Ramanujan got the letter, Hardy had already made preparations for Ramanujan's trip to Cambridge. Adumna London ngasagi Cambridge University da lana no dongta mana khudakta chithi irami madu chithi du phangdringai da ngasagi mana akoi Ramanujan ji lana na bagi pambai loinamuk silami. Initially Ramanujan refused to come to England. Ahmadadi Ramanujan England chatpa yaninglamde because his mother did not permit him to go. Maram di maki mamana ma chatpa gi aya pibiramde. However, after withdrawal of the opposition of the parents, Maheikol Ramanujan set sail for England. England tamna mag samudra lana chalami. Leaving his wife to stay with his parents in India on 17 March 1914 gadumba March ki tang 30 ta ma ki nupi angang hundonglam laga ma London tana England tana chalami. He arrived in London on 14 April while E.H. Neville, a colleague of Hardy, was waiting for him with a car. Ademana London da April 3 merida yawum da mahaku okna nanaba akoi E.H. Neville ko wamaka Hardy gi mapang Hardy ka thoktomina wamaka na ngai dana lerame car magaloinana. Ramanujan spent nearly 5 years in Cambridge collaborating with Hardy. Hardy ga loinana ngasai ma thoktomina duna adumba London da sahi manga lelami. Ramanujan became a fellow of the Royal Society adumba akoi in 1918 da ma Royal Society gi ma fellowship ama phanglami, becoming the second Indian to do so, and he was one of the youngest fellows in the history of the Royal Society. Da ngasai India mchana yawba habase yam nahaw ne yawbasi mahak na oirami aduga ani suba misaksu oirami India macha ngasai Royal Society gi fellowship phangmasi. He was elected for his investigation in elliptic functions and the theory of numbers. Adumba mana ngasai angkagi lamda thijen bagi matangda mangonda piriba award si maruina mana kari thijen bagi no haragadi elliptic functions and the theory of numbers hariba si thijen bagi dangtani. On 13 October 1918 gi October 3 da he became the first Indian to be elected as fellow to Trinity College Cambridge ki makhada leba Trinity College ki chu ma scholarship phangba fellowship phangba se man India macha da ahanba oirami have 1918 ki 13 October. Ramanujan's health deteriorated living in a country far away from home and obsessively involved with mathematics. Ramanujan had health problems throughout his life. Moreover, the stress and strain of his work and the scarcity of vegetarian food during the First World War perhaps worsened his health. He was diagnosed with tuberculosis and a severe vitamin deficiency and ultimately confined to a sanatorium. Adumna ngasai London da England da leiba matamda magi haksangi phibam ase adugi matik chokchilami mahakna ngasai angka da adugi matik thawai lupchila leigibna maram oiduna magi chaba thakpagi chang nai da bamadi mana chajaba mana hinajaba chinja adusu world war tholakuna maram oiduna marang kaina vegetarian food chi phangmangam khidaba asina magi haksang ase adugi matik phibam chokchila ami aduna sum chokchilakpaduna maagsi kaina thangdadi TB narami aduga hugi vitamin watpagi yamna tamthiba laina kayama maonda mayonarami aduna maagsi ana laing changamada thamjilami. Ramanujan returned to India in 1919 and died soon thereafter at the age of 32 in 1920. Adumna ngasai England da masa yam sokchin na leirur matung magna India da 1919 da halakpaga ikan kanadana chahi kuntrani thoi tamak surakpa matamda 1920 da Ramanujan si prithvi thadoga mag sikhirame mag thawai thadoklame. His wife Janaki Amal moved to Mumbai after his death but returned to Chennai in 1950 where she lived until her death in 1994 at the age of 94. Adu mahaki nupi Janaki Amal di Mumbai da amuk mahak shiraba matungda leiramaga kaina thangdadi 1950 dagi di Chennai doina mahak adum 1994 phawba mahaki shi. Ramanujan was a dignified man with pleasant manners. Ramanujan yamna ching lemlaba adumba lebang macha tawa misamani. He was an orthodox Hindu Brahmin, Hindu lining chapchana matung injabangamba misamani and a firm believer in God Isorbu ningjaba thajajaba misani. He often said that an equation for mathematics has no meaning unless it represents a thought of God. Mana toina haibadi kari hai madudi anka gi equation ma base anka gi formula ma base masi Isor gi paujelamani haidmana he toina hai Sorna Pondong Wakalonama Ankagi Mayekta. Ramanujan's astounding aptitude and proficiency in several branches of mathematics, arithmetic, algebra, geometry, number theory, and trigonometry had made him world famous at an early age of 26. Manasai Kutruk Shubam da Pritibi Sintuna Pau Hibangambase, Ankagi Saruk Kudimakta Mana, Todo Hendona Maki, Akogi Loksing Lebagi Damaktane. He developed relations between elliptic modular equations in 1910, Mahana Ankagi Maru Kaya Kaya Mana Putomi, 1910 da. Perhaps his most outstanding contribution was his formula for Pn, the number of partitions of n. His development of the number theory led to major developments in the topic. Ankagi Lamda, Ngasai Mana Piramiba Kudola say, Adumba, Kugi number theory ga Marile number theory gi Maruba theory Kama, Adagi Ankai formula Kama, Mana Pirami, Masimak Mana Ankagi Lambida, Ankagi Akuji Maikei da Habatare Mana Piram Kudolni. His development of the number theory led to major developments in the topic. High developments in the Sumana Putomba, Pomla, Simatungina, Yamna, Choba Kanaba, Oiraki. Before his early death at the age of 32, Ramanujan compiled nearly 3,900 mathematical theorems and the results. Mana Yamna Ngana, Chaikuntrai, Shumutamda, Sikibasi, Asigi, Punchi, Tengar Manungasida Mana Putomba, Ankagi formulas, a lishing Ohum Chamapan, Ni, Habisini. Harbising as Sumana, Loina. Phone ga konana loina fall taba angka ngakta fall loina piramba hoto amaba angka ngaktanep. 22nd December is observed as the National Mathematics Day in India in honor of Ramanujan Boikai Kumna Woodpoina Adumba December ki tang kuni thoi khudimak se December ki tang kuni thoi numit asida khoi Mathematics Day haidana pangthoktuna lai India da. Dr. Manmohan Singh, Prime Minister of India, declared this day as the National Mathematics Day on the 125th birth anniversary of Srinivasan Ramanujan. Akoi matamamagi Prime Minister Obiramba Dr. Manmohan Singh naso mahaki mapok kumonga mari leinana cham kunmanga suba mapok kumonda masagi Mathematics Day, National Mathematics Day haidana palan tauki lautholami. The year 2012 was also observed as the National Mathematics Year. Aduga loinana chahi 2012 asibusu National Mathematics Year haina asagi palan for growing aptitude in numerical innovations and training. Aduga hariba numira asibu huju jiksu ganit haba maming atopama tholaga palan taunari. Ramanujan's important contributions to the analytical theory of numbers and efforts on elliptic functions, continued fractions, and infinite series have made him one of the world's greatest mathematical geniuses. Ramanujan na piramba yaamna maru oiba khudol sing khudamana pallabada ngasagi number theory ga mari leinaba sing amadi elliptic functions ka mari leinaba infinite series continued function fractions ka mari leinaba asida piramba khudol sing asina mahakbu prithvi sinthungna maming chatpa adumba angka gi misak amakak oihalibini habisuni dang asida akoina Ramanujan Srinivasan Ramanujan ga mari leinaba para chapter number 9 losili